Hello, my crafty friends. Happy St. Patrick's Day. This is Mary, and you're watching Cardz TV. Today we're going to make a super simple, really quick Easter card. We'll be using elegant edges and the Easter 2010 cartridge. I love this. It's all about Easter, and it's 2 cuts for everything on here. We'll also be using one of my Cardz TV stamp sets. This one's called Easter Blessings, and we'll be using He is Risen and Have a Blessed Easter, and we'll also use For I Know That My Redeemer Lives, Job 19:25. So I'll get this out of the way and we'll get started. We're going to start with an ivory card base, and this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or an A2 size. And then we have this really pretty green. This is from Close to My Heart, and I love their cardstock. It is so easy to cut. It works really well in the Cricut, and I love the colors. But this really pretty green was cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to layer that on. And this pretty little paper came from Walmart, and my Walmart is now selling 6 by 6 packs of paper. This is from Color Book, and it's a 6 by 6, and this one's called Light Bright Designer Paper. And it's got lots of cute little papers in here, and I think there's 4 of each sheet. And it was only $3. So I couldn't pass it up. But I love the colors in here. Look at that cute paper. It's got buttons all over it. So cute. So you'll probably be seeing this a lot, guys. But that's where this pretty paper came from. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to take my ATG gun and get all of this adhered to the front of my card. I think that paper is so pretty, but we're not going to get to see much of it because I've got a shadow and a matte that I'm going to put on the front for our image to go on. And I cut this matte and shadow from the Elegant Edges cartridge, and this is on page 38, and it's this oblong right here, and I cut it at 4 1/4 inches out of the ivory, and then I cut it out of the green on shadow, also at 4 1/4 inches. And then I took my Cuttlebug Swiss Dots folder and ran the ivory piece through there. And I'm going to adhere these together, and then I'm going to put some foam tape on the back, probably 1 thickness, so it'll be popped up just a little bit from the front. And then I'll show you the image that's going on here, and you will see how quick this card is. Now, I've got these mats on, and this is popped up on 1 thickness of foam tape. Now, there's no booklet that comes with the Easter 2010 cartridge, and you use your overlay, but there's only 2 cuts to each image. But for what's going on the mat, I only used this one cross right here. It's a solid cross. I cut the top part, but I didn't like it very much. So I just went ahead and cut the base of it out of ivory, and I cut it at 4 inches, and there it is. And rather than cut the top overlay to go over it, I used my Cuttlebug textile embossing folder, and I think that's very pretty. And I had some Martha Stewart ivory pearls, and let's see, it does not say what size these are, but they're a medium size. And I put 1 in the top and either side because we've got something else that's going right here. And I've got this on 1 thickness of foam tape, and I love the tone on tone like that. I think it's very elegant looking. So I'm going to put that right there. Then I went back to the overlay again, and right here is an Easter lily. Now you cut the base out of green, and I cut this overlay part, or this top part, again out of white, and I just snipped the lily off and adhered it to the flower. And I've got this on 1 thickness of foam tape, and I cut this at 2 inches. And I'm going to add that right here. And for my sentiment on the front, I used Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I didn't bring my little tag punch with me, but this is a little small EK Success tag punch. And it has little notched corners, and I know you probably can't see it's small, just like this mat. And I stamped He Is Risen on there. I'm going to put that on 1 thickness of foam tape and add that right there to the center of the cross. So I'll go ahead and get all this adhered down, and then we'll come back and do the inside of the card. Now the front of our card is finished. I forgot to tell you, I took some Tim Holtz peeled paint distress ink and just went around the sentiment very lightly so it would stand out from the ivory cross. And I've got it on 1 thickness of foam tape. Now I've kept the inside simple too. And I cut 2 more mats. And once again, I used the green for the shadow. And this is cut at 3.5 inches. And it's the same cut as the mat on the front. And then I cut another ivory mat. And this is cut at 3.5 inches. And I used Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp the scripture, "For I know that my Redeemer lives," Job 19:25. And I also stamped "Have a Blessed Easter." And I'm going to get these adhered to the inside, and we'll come back and take one last look at our super quick Easter card. Here's our finished card, and even though it was quick and simple, I think it turned out really pretty. And this is what Easter is really all about, guys. I love doing the cards with the bunnies and the chicks, but this is the true meaning of Easter. So we have He is risen. For I know that my Redeemer lives. Job 19:25. Have a blessed Easter. There we go. Thank you so much for coming by today, guys. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.